Get ready to dive into a world where empires stand on the brink of war and terrible monsters tear at the fragile borderlands of men. The Adventurer-Conqueror King System Imperial Imprint, or as we like to call it, Acts 2, is now live on Kickstarter. Acts 2 is the new edition of the acclaimed best-selling fantasy role-playing game. You'll find everything you need to enjoy epic fantasy campaigns with a sweeping scope. Whether you want to crawl through dungeons, experiment with alchemy, crossbreed monsters, run a merchant emporium, raise an undead legion, or even conquer an empire, Acts 2 supports your playstyle. Acts 2 integrates experience point mechanics, making campaign activities a seamless part of the core gameplay loop. Your character levels up in new and exciting ways each time you play, adding massive replayability to each of your adventures. Acts 2 offers 18 character classes, 378 spells, new combat mechanics, and so much more. Support Acts 2 on Kickstarter today.
Somewhere in between, around the table with your friends, playing Dungeons and Dragons. And if life ever knocks you down, your dice will surely turn around. Roll your stats, it's time to quest. Let's put your characters to the test.
Hello, and welcome to Knocked Prone, a podcast of high crits, small fits, and varying wits. My name is Cade, and I'm the host and dungeon master of this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure, and I'm joined here by the players to my left.
Mason playing Litsea.
Brooklyn playing Litsea.
Jameson playing Jack.
Danny playing Yui.
Caden playing Torinn.
All right. Happy Halloween, everybody. Tonight we have a special Halloween session prepped for you guys. Last session we left off with the party played blackjack with an Oni in the desert. Got some magic items from him. He had a very genie-like Will Smith aspect to him. And but then they went through the desert and of the maelstrom that was emptied from the hag in the summer court, and then they flew on Lakir's dragon to try and get over the sandstorm, only to find that it went like all the way up and for a long ways. And so they flew to the left and just kept going for a while, and then they stumbled upon a witch's hut where a child who had obviously been eating lots of candy and been being plumped up by a witch was outside. Torinn gave the kid some sulfur in exchange for some chocolate.
It was bat guano.
Bat guano, sorry, yes. And the kid happily ate it after some prestidigitation to make it taste like chocolate. And that's where we left off. You guys are standing outside of this witch's hut. What would you like to do?
I should warn you that Erudite did sense trouble coming from this hut. I do think it would be wise to proceed with caution. That being said, does anyone want to go first? Figures. I'll go.
I got it. I'm happy to go first. Absolutely happy to go first. So I walk up to the door. Sorry.
And while if you do volunteer,
yes.
The remaining ward that I have will go over and hover next to Litsea, so you do have some protection.
Awesome. So I'm gonna tiptoe forward to the door. With that song playing in the background.
I'd like to tiptoe through the tulips.
They're awakened shrubs and they kill you. So,
is there a doorbell?
So, as you approach, this porch is overtaken with just vines and shrubs, and it's very creaky as you walk up these wooden steps. These plants kind of reach out towards your ankles a little bit as you're walking up to the door. But as you approach the door, you see that there is not a doorbell, but there is a sign that says, "Trick-or-treaters, welcome. Please only take one." And it has a bowl filled with rings.
How many rings?
5 rings.
5 rings.
One to
Okay, are they all the same?
No, so the first ring that you see is copper, and it has black skulls on either edge lining the outside of it. One of the rings is a black ring with silver moons down the center. There is a silver ring with black flecks polka dotted all over it. A black gunmetal ring with cobalt chrome blue stripes at the bottom. and a volcanic rock-looking ring with a silver mirror strip down the center.
So these like rings that go on your finger?
Yeah, like ring around the rosies.
What was
Who's
it?
there?
Huh?
I said, who's there? You said ring.
Ring. Who's there? The witch. The door opens. You've solved the puzzle.
Wait, what did the last ring look like?
It was a volcanic ring with a silver mirror-like strip down the center of it.
Okay, that's the one that I put on.
Okay. So as you put on the ring, your outfit transforms into a vampire form. You have like the widow's peak with like the black grease makeup, and you have a long black cloak with like red intricate designs on it and two little fake fangs in your mouth.
Do I have like, so none of my other clothes or my witch's hat, like none of that is on?
No. So all of your clothes have seemingly transformed into a little vampire Litsea.
I'm gonna whip around with my cape to the rest of the party and be like, ha ha! I am a vampire now. I am no longer a hag.
So Yui is going to use his glamored armor to transform into like a full like butler outfit. Be like, you rang?
Yeah, as Litsea was reaching out for a ring, I would have like tried to like do a little bit of warning, but seeing as it has no negative effect, I'll go next, and I'll take the one with the blue stripes at the bottom.
All right. Yeah, it's like a cobalt, like gunmetal ring. So this ring, you put it on, and poof, all of your clothing turns from your robes. A little like black hat goes on your head with like white little ruffles, and like a cool little French maid outfit appears on you. You match Yui quite well with his butler costume.
Jack will comment, well, you certainly aren't lacking there.
I'm going to... No, I'm just going to roll to see how Lakir responds to this, because I can see him both playing along with it and being pissed off. Well, how can I serve you?
I am building my army. I'm stoked. I'm like rolling on the ground laughing. Very amused.
Nice. All right. Does anyone who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
What do the remaining rings look like?
So there's a copper ring with black skulls on the outer edges around the ring. There is a black ring with silver moons down the center, and there is the silver ring with black flecks polka dotting all over it.
Okay. This probably is not the ring that I want to get, but I'm going to do it anyway. The one with the skulls on it.
Okay.
Instant death.
Yeah. Power word kill.
Yeah.
So the copper ring with the black skulls on it, all of your belongings like transform into this black shirt with little white etchings on them that look like a femur and like a tibia and a fibia.
Okay.
And you've got like the skeleton vibe going on. You got a cool skeleton mask on. Yeah. So you're a skeleton.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
No.
Can I like...
It's a shirt.
Oh, okay.
It's like a t-shirt with bones on it.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool if you could like reach into your body.
Yeah.
Do they glow in the dark?
We don't know. It's
To be determined.
to be determined. They have a slight greenish hue to them.
If only I had thaumaturgy to turn the lights off. No.
Sun black.
Just to see if it glows in the dark. Kills the entire planet.
If that's not a wizard thing to do, I don't know what is.
I had to know.
All right, Yui, Jack, would either of you like a ring?
Well, yeah.
Do you want the silver ring with the black flecks on it, or would you like black ring with silver moons down the center of it?
Yui's gonna run over, pick up both, and take one and like hold them out to Jack.
Grab whichever one's in your left hand.
Decisions.
I was fully expecting like you
the
get
silver
fireballed or something.
Silver with
It was
black
like,
flags.
only take one. So anyway,
I did think about that, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't. I was like, Yui didn't think of that, though.
So, Jack, as you pick up this silver ring with black flecks on it, you put it on, and a bedsheet springs over your head with 2 holes for eyes. And you are a ghost.
And that means I put on the moon one.
Okay, you put on the moon ring and a long white beard and a tall, pointy blue hat with moons on it, and a wand appears in your hand. You are a grand wizard, the only non-caster in the party.
This is Halloween, baby.
Yeah, Halloween's the time to dress up as things you're not.
Yeah. So that is all of the rings. You guys stand on this porch. What would you like to do?
I keep summoning my daggers and desummoning them.
What's this child doing?
So the child has ran back inside calling for, like, his mom.
Okay. And it was like a human child?
So it appeared to be a human child, yes. Like, very plump.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know what he is until you go inside the
but
house.
it looked like a human
Yes,
child.
out on the outside of the house, he definitely did look like a human child.
Well, as soon as we've got everything from this place, we should just move on. No, I'm just joking.
Rings, let's go!
I've got plans. If you guys decide to turn around and leave, it's not like I drew a map or anything.
All right, cool. Well, let's go.
The rings fly out of your hand.
No!
Well, maybe this person isn't all bad. This seems to be harmless fun.
Do we know the traditions of Halloween? Is that something
Yeah.
familiar to us? Okay. This little boy's mother must be a very big Halloween enthusiast if she's willing to just give away these fancy costumes like this. So I think it's time we get our real candy.
Good point. If she's able to just hand out rings like the candy, as you say, what other magic items does she have?
For all the unfriendly people that we've met so far on this journey, it's refreshing to finally, run across somebody so kind as this lady appears to be.
I concur, but just to be safe. And I'm going to reach in my bag and try to pull out a wand, but it will fail because I've already pulled out my wand today.
Right.
That's odd. My bag's not working. There must be some enchantment around this house. Should we knock? Do we want to look around?
Yu's gonna run over and knock for sure. He'd be like, "Hey, lady, these rings sure are neat."
Trick or treat!
Hey!
So you wait for a little while, and then you hear a little kid's voice like, "Hey, come on in!"
What's your name?
Motherfucker.
That's a new one.
That's all it takes.
His name is, I'm Timmy. What's your name?
So I'm gonna try to open the door myself. Does it open?
Yeah, it
I
swings
walk
right
in,
open.
I say, "You're a wizard, Timmy," and spawn knives.
Oh, no. So you enter into the room, and Timmy, his attention is not on you. So as you enter into this hut, a chill kind of runs down your spine. And as you look around the room, to the left, you see an enlivened brazier that is filled with this green, cackling flame. And on the top of the fireplace, it is adorned with holy symbols that have been corrupted by demonic etchings. And upon further inspection, you notice these symbols have been flipped upside down in an unholy manner.
So upon seeing all this seemingly demonic stuff in there, I'll turn around and be like, this place doesn't look as nice on the inside.
She made a haunted house for us! And I'm gonna run in with my cape, jump really high and go blah 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 blah, and start walking around the entryway.
As you get in further, Litsea, you see that all the windows have been boarded shut, so it's very spooky haunted house. And at the center of the room, there is a hag on top of a throne that is surrounded by 14 grayish-blue children that are all competing for her attention. Though, as you look upon the children, instead of looking very well fed, they look skin and bone. Like something has changed. Their eyes are yellow. They have long, disheveled hair. Their fingernails are grown out. They don't look human.
Does the one that looked like the plump child before still look plump?
No. So, Timmy, He looks like he has not eaten.
Can we recognize him though?
He waves over at you guys for a second, but then turns back around again towards the hag sitting on top of the throne and is like, pick me, pick me. Ah!
Okay.
So, while Yui was like going inside and talking to Timmy and stuff like that, you said the plants around here looked interesting.
Uh-huh.
Do any look like anything that I may have read about? And if so, do they look harvestable?
You see an awakened shrub that looks friendly. Doesn't really, harvestable. It's awakened to the point that,
But not like magical ingredients type stuff. Just a living plant.
Just a living thing, and that kind of like the vines are spreading out from it.
Okay.
So
I would like to walk over and pat it on its head.
it looks up and it's like, "You got any sunshine?"
Beautiful.
I'll look into that.
Oh, thanks.
And then I just slowly back up and just...
I'll follow Litsea inside after realizing that there's no value in these plants. So, I'll follow
Okay.
just behind, just so that she has my ward.
Yeah, so you see the same thing with the windows being boarded up and evil-looking symbols around the room with green flame that is making it a little bit smoky in this room because the fireplace is generally unprotected, even though it has a chimney going up.
I assume you're the lady of the house?
Oh, hello, children. Yeah, I'm the lady.
Well, we got your gifts, and they're very nice. Our friend seems to think this is a haunted house.
Yes, you look lovely in your costumes. My name is Mama Sherry, and, well, I guess you could kind of call this house haunted.
But you didn't make it a haunted house.
Oh, I kind of made it a haunted house, so you should just stick around.
I'm gonna like lean over to the person nearest to me, which looks like Lakir. I'll just say, I don't feel good about the way she's saying kinda.
I concur. What are you doing to those children?
Oh, these are just my kids.
At that moment, Jack will walk into this room. You're not doing a great job taking care of your kids.
Do they need a father?
Oh,
He's
well.
applying.
She's volunteering me.
Sorry, you're a little young for me. She's a very old woman. Like, very old. And,
I'm a ghost.
yeah, in your child-sized bed sheet.
So it just covers like down to my waist,
Down to your
and then my
waist.
legs are still just...
Yeah, you've got stockings on and high heels. Sexy ghost.
Yes.
Do the children resemble one another, or even are they the same race? Even
Yes. So, have you guys played The Witcher? The Witcher 3?
Yeah.
You know the godling children?
Yes, and I don't like them.
That is what these children look
no.
like, except
Okay.
skinnier. Happy Halloween.
Thanks.
Interesting symbols. Do you mind if I examine one? I'm a collector of sorts.
Of course. You can take whatever you'd like.
I'll use Mage Hand. Bring it towards
Flip
me.
it upright and put it back.
I assume this doesn't match any of the symbols I've seen before.
It does not. No, it doesn't match any of the symbols of Great Grimbopolis. It seems devil-y. But as you were, like, examining it, Mama Sherry is like, if you're hungry, I have plenty of sweets. They're in the kitchen, which is just to your right.
We'll pass, thanks, though.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna turn to the party and try to like kind of huddle us together. So we got a little bit carried away, but we were heading somewhere before we came inside. So I don't think we should stay for long. We do need to go to the Winter Court.
Yes, I'll look kind of towards everyone else. Thank you for your hospitality, but I do think that we should be going. We have important business. Do you mind if I keep this? Great, thank you. And I'll use
We
Mage
like kind of
Hand.
start like shuffling towards
Doors
the door.
close.
Yep, that's about what I expected.
Well, I guess as soon as I see the door close, I'm gonna be like, well, I guess I'll go see what's happening in the kitchen, and I'm gonna go into the kitchen.
Okay, roll me an investigation.
Can I attempt to, against my better judgment now that I'm starting to say this, Can I attempt to sneak towards the door to the left just to investigate that room?
Yeah, of course. So you go over to the door to the left.
I'm going to try to be subtle about it.
Yeah, roll me a stealth if you would. But also, as the doors close, Mama Sherry lets out like a little shriek whimper thing, and she's like, "Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry. It seems that something doesn't want you to leave."
That something wouldn't be you,
Something?
would it?
I didn't do that.
This house isn't living, is it?
No, this house
Monster
is not.
house scenario.
Yeah.
No, that would be cool though.
A giant mimic house.
Rewriting my notes.
So, Yui, not really sure how to interact with this, is just gonna start like working on his like drawings on himself during the whole thing right now. He just like sits down and starts drawing.
I got 22 on my stealth check.
Oh wow. Okay, that's
So
crazy.
I was a sneaky little vampire.
She doesn't watch you leave because you're so stealthy, and you head into the room to the left. And what are the rest of you doing as Litsea leaves?
I would have been trying the door, and so I would have been trying the door. I assume it doesn't open.
Yeah, no, it's something is keeping it closed.
Okay. What's going on here? This isn't right.
Oh,
I'm just ready in an action to attack her if she does anything aggressive. But I'm trying to make it look like nonchalant while I'm like drawing on myself, but have like a knife summoned kind of behind my back.
You kind of pull out like a knife, and the back half of the children all look at you and give you a death glare.
I'll desummon it and resummon it and be like, I'm a wizard.
Oh, they're not happy. They are glaring at you, teeth out. Sorry, Torinn, you went into the kitchen.
I did. My investigation check was a 3, so.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
You do walk into the kitchen. You're still able to perceive some things. I mean, obviously not all the things, but the kitchen countertops are really like dirty and dingy with like this sticky candy residue, because obviously this witch is making lots of candy for these kids. Cutting boards are scattered across the surfaces that are gouged deeply by some overly powerful chops with cleavers that are just sticking into them. There's a cauldron sink in the corner that is absolutely just overflowing with this like reddish black gunk, and it leaves a festering like puddle in the floor that just smells terrible. Is there anything else you'd like to do in the kitchen?
So there's like baking materials in here?
There's baking materials. There's a pool of reddish black gunk in the corner. There's a stove. There's a refrigerator. There's cabinets.
Okay.
Where's the candy?
Is there any like candy or cookies or cupcakes like already made out and about, and not just like, you know, the baking materials and stuff?
Give me another investigation if you would.
Okay. 14.
All right. So you're kind of like opening up cupboards and drawers, and as you close one of the cupboards, you kind of like close it a little too fast, and a candy pot that was sitting on top of the refrigerator clangs to the ground, revealing an orange and purple velvet sack.
Okay. So I guess we'll open said velvet sack.
Okay, so your magical tendencies as a sorcerer kind of allows you to understand what this is. This is a bag of treats. 3 times a day, you can pull out a candy from the bag and make a wild magic table roll if you are a sorcerer.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you roll on the bad table, you get raisins. If you roll on the good table, you get a jawbreaker. And if you roll on the great table, you get a Reese's chocolate bunny.
Okay.
There's other like assortments of like hard candies on the counter.
Okay. So you said assortment of hard candies on the counter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where there's peppermint candies.
Okay. I'm going to take one of those hard candies.
Okay.
And out of my bag, actually, I'm going to turn around. Is anybody watching me?
Jack will have walked over after he heard
The clattering of the
clattering
candy
of the
jar.
thing and be like, what's going on over here?
Okay. All right. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm going to pull out in my pouch, a vial of purple goo. That's that stuff. And I'm going to drip a piece on this, or drip a little bit onto this piece of candy.
The candy grows in size, doubles in size.
Okay.
What's that goo?
It is unknown. It makes things big, and sometimes evil. But I'm just kind of testing it out on things.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I support this science.
Yeah.
Potentially horribly evil items our party just has. Like,
Yeah.
We're just such a wholesome group of 12-year-olds that we don't misuse all the items we have.
we have a bunch of like sacrilegious holy symbols in your bag of holding from me. And anyway,
I forgot about that.
I'm going to pick up this giant piece of candy. I'm going to walk out to all these kids and be like, who's hungry?
So these kids, their heads whip over. Like when you see a car accident on the side of the road and you can't help but to look, and the quickness that your head looks over, that happens to all of them. And their eyes, like their pupils dilate. So the gold black eyes that they have just go huge, and they run over and they tackle you and they start munching this candy out of your hands.
Okay. Awesome.
after seeing that the door is not there, I'll go. I still have the symbol in the mage hand, and Litsea, can I put this in your bag?
Do I hear him?
Litsea? I'll turn around and realize that Litsea's not there. And
So in the meantime, what do I see in this room?
So you go into the next room, and a dust-filled library is in the next room. There are 5 bookshelves that are just jammed packed with this ancient Fey texts. And at the very back of the library, you can kind of see through some holes in one of the bookshelves. There's a gate of elaborate metal workings.
So I'm gonna peek behind the first bookcase and then go boo with my cape and see if I can see anybody. Do I see anyone?
You don't.
And then I grab 3 books off that shelf and put it in my bag of holding, anything that seems interesting. And then I just keep doing that around all the corners. I go boo and see if I can see anyone. And if there's no one there, I grab a couple more books. Do I see anyone?
You don't see anyone for a while.
Okay, well, I keep doing that for as long as I can.
So you get to the very back of the library, and you boo around one of the bookcases, and standing in front of you, you almost topple backwards, because standing in front of you is a spectral horse. And on top of the spectral horse is a knight who has no head on, and he is also spectral. He gets a little spooked, his horse whinnies backwards, and he's like, oh! And he turns white as a ghost.
Wait, what does spectral mean? Is
Ghostly.
That okay.
Ectoplasm-ish.
Ghost? I got that. That's the level of vocabulary I
A
understand.
ghostly horse with a ghostly headless horseman on top.
Okay, so he just looks startled?
Startled. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't expect to see anyone. Didn't mean to scare you. And then I'm all of a sudden gonna start to get nervous as I realize how far into the library I've gone. I'm just gonna start backing up.
He starts speaking a different language at you.
I keep talking out loud, and I'm just I keep apologizing and being well, I hope you have a lovely day.
He's pointing to where his ear is, and he's still speaking in another language. And then he's trying to do hand gestures to communicate his point to you, but then you duck behind another bookshelf.
Yeah, and then I backwards walking all the way back through the bookshelves to try to get back to the other room.
Lovely. Okay, yeah, so you do that. And then what are the rest of you guys doing? You guys are all in the main room with this hag. Torinn is feeding some kids that are not looking like that they are getting nourished from it at all.
Okay.
feeding kids is just Torinn's speciality this campaign.
Yeah.
You made up for the bat guano.
Yeah. Hey, you want some reasonably unsafe candy?
I'm gonna throw one ration into the mix.
Into the horde of children.
Kill each other.
It will immediately be eaten by a bunch of them, but again, it does not look like they're being satiated at all.
Okay, and then if possible, go back to my readying an action while drawing.
The kids are readying an action for your ready to action. They are very on guard as they watch you pull this knife.
Okay, seeing like how aggressive they are towards that immediately, even when I'm careful, I'm going to disengage and try to find myself more in the back of the group.
Wonderful.
In an attempt to find Litsea, I'm going to cast Detect Magic because I know she has magical items on her, so I may be able to see her through the wall or something like that. As well, when I cast Detect Magic, I'm looking at the door. Is it locked magically, or is it...
It is not locked magically.
Okay.
As you do Detect Magic, though, a little, like, ping happens, and you can see Litsea lit up with all of her magic items in the next room in the library.
Okay.
Slowly backing up, you watch her. It looks like she's doing the moonwalk poorly.
I'll start moving towards her, and as soon as I see that there are books, I will be distracted and start perusing them a bit until I eventually, I'd still be moving towards Litsea, but not as quickly.
Right.
And when I run into her, there you are. Also, in particular, are any of these books magical?
No.
Okay.
Do you speak? What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, and Darts. No, I'm just joking. I have proficiency in Darts.
You don't understand any of them, though it seems to be a similar text to Elvish.
Okay. Oh, there you are. You kind of spooked us. Well, me. Do you want to stay here or you want to leave? I think I might have a way out.
I would very much like to leave, yes. Although you should check out some of these books. I don't understand them, but they look very interesting. But don't go all the way through the library. There's a headless horseman there. And he's very easily scared. So don't say, like, boo or something.
What if that's where the most important books are?
Well, if you're brave enough to go back there, he seemed decently friendly.
As soon as she says, "Are you brave enough?" his spine will erect until just an almost "Are you challenging me?" type of thing. But he'll go and look down at his maid's costume and deflate instantly, and go and.
I'm gonna notice you disappointingly looking down at your costume and just say, "No, you look fantastic. You look fantastic." And I'm gonna almost start pushing you towards "No, you've got this. You've got this. It's wonderful."
I guess I'll go and say, "Get the others. See if you can quietly tell them I may have a way out." And then I am gonna start walking down, looking for any books that just catch my eye, in particular, any that are bigger than the rest, a different color, seem to have an embroidered type of binding, anything that would make them stand out.
Sure. Roll me investigation. And then the rest of you three, what are you doing? Are you moving towards the library?
Yeah, Jack will notice, because he's been standing in the kitchen doorway for a while, just kind of watching and observing all these children, watching the other two disappear through the doorway. He'll turn around and absent-mindedly grab a piece of candy off the table and pop it in his mouth, and then start walking back into this room here and say, "All right, well, I want to know what's deeper in here, so let's go."
Yeah, okay. You know what? It's Halloween. For the heck of it, roll me a d20.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
16.
Roll me a d100.
By the way, I got a 20 on my investigation.
93.
90. Oh my.
It's either going to be really good or really
I
bad.
know.
So you were on the good table.
Woo!
Caster gains the ability to stretch self and reduce self as big and as small as they want for 1 minute.
Amazing.
Yep.
Wait, does the effect end and they're just stuck at how big or small they
We don't know
Who's
yet.
to say?
Who's to say? So you feel more Elastigirly.
I've always wanted to be Elastigirl. She's my hero.
Yes. Your costume changes to Elastigirl.
Yeah.
I'll grow just 1% bigger and be like, huh. And 1% smaller, and then 50% smaller, so I'm the same height as Litsea.
Like
And
2
I'm gonna
feet.
run into the other room giggling, be like, ah! And my ghost costume fits now. It reaches the ground.
Yeah, your ghost costume. You trip on it a little bit.
And run around the corner into the library.
What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Sylvan, and Giant.
So as you enter into this room, you see a library full of books in Sylvan.
Excellent.
So on this note, when I hear like the giggling and the running, Yui's gonna feel like a little left out, and so he'll like skedaddle over following,
Yeah.
and I'll like tap Torinn's shoulder on the way up. Hey, come on, and then like run off, thinking we're having like a little powwow.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that as these two are running into the entrance of the library, I'm running out. So if Torinn's the only one that's kind of like left behind, I'm gonna like run up to him and like grab his arm and be like, "Hurry, Litsea might be getting beat up." And then pull him into the library.
Pulls out cell phone, turns on video.
Yeah.
Honestly, if someone did that, I like as Lakir, I would understand. Like,
Like if I'm gonna do something stupid, might as well get a video of it.
I could also see people just wanting to see me get hurt.
So you guys are all in the library. Does anyone else speak Sylvan?
I do. I speak Sylvan.
Okay, so Yui and Jack, you understand these books. You see all the letters that are on these books, and they are wonderful.
Ah,
Yes.
what are some of the titles?
Fei Fei, go away. Sprites and me. Sprite versus Pepsi.
Is there one on how to awaken your shrubs?
How to... Oh! First edition, How to Awaken Your Shrubs by LL Cool J. Yes.
Amazing. Oh, if Litsy's still near me, I'll be like, here, hold on to this for me, would you?
Litsy's just bag is full of books.
It's a bag of holding. I can hardly tell.
I'm sorry, Cade. Do we want to leave? Because I'm 99% sure I could get us out.
I'm 100%
Well,
sure
at this-
that I have a counter.
But I mean, but
That's why I said 99%
at this point,
sure.
you're heading towards the back of the library, right?
Correct.
So I mean, I am interested in leaving, but at this point, we're gonna follow this through. So let's see where this leads first, and then.
But I
we'll
want
see
to
what
hear your
happens.
plan. I want to hear it. I want to know.
So, part of the reason why I cast Detect Magic and looked at the door is because the knock spell removes any blockage and unlocks any mundane locks or unsticks any item from where it is. So I was thinking of just casting that on the door. It would be open for at least a little bit and see if we could escape. That was my
Yeah,
plan.
that may have worked. I'm not going to tell you, though.
Do the bookshelves go all the way to the roof?
Yes. They are floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, but they're not connected. I guess, so no, they don't go all the way to the roof. They are just very, very tall and very, very wide. But if you were to say, want to push them over, that is a potential possibility.
Okay, but you couldn't get like on top of them?
I mean, give me a dexterity check
Yes, I will.
and roll me 20 or above.
21.
Yeah, you climb on top of a bookshelf and you find a book.
Dust.
I'm gonna start reading this book.
So this is How to Train Your Hag.
Okay.
Lovely. All right, and now I'm gonna use my vantage point to just watch everything happening. I'm more so going for just viewing the spectacle rather than actually trying to get any strategic advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably can't see too far into the room if you're on the first bookshelf, because they're pretty tall.
They are pretty tall.
Your viewing angle is obstructed heavily.
You could see the very first, 3 feet of the roof, and then you could see bookshelves, which is pretty much it.
I'm gonna try to just continue along the bookshelf tops.
Okay, yeah, totally. With your 21 dexterity check, I wouldn't even make you roll it again. That's great.
Sweet.
Are these bookshelves a single layer deep, or are they double-sided, there's one side and then a
Right.
back piece and then another side to the shelf, or is it just one?
They're
Could I push a book from one side and
You
push
said-
it off the other,
Well, yeah,
basically?
he said that you could see through him.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, you
it's
did.
a single layer, and there's no front and back. It's just
Okay.
shelf.
Right.
My only plan is to just head in and I'm just gonna follow the path and I guess try to find the end or catch up with you guys and see what's going on.
Yeah. You guys get some flashbacks of paper golems attacking you as the last time you were in the library.
Oh, Litsy's been thinking about it. Yeah. She's been thinking about it.
You see a paper rustle and you just firebolt at it.
So as I start heading towards the back, do I find any books that pique my interest?
Oh, with a 20 investigation, not natural, right?
Yeah, just
Okay. Yeah, you find a few books that are purple and gold, where most of the books are green and blue. Purple and gold books with just interesting etchings and sewing patterns for the stitching.
I'll just say to myself, colors of the royal belong in royal hands, and I'll take them. And then, I'll go until I find the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, so you go to the very back, you see a Headless Horseman, this time less scared, in gibberish starts talking to you. Yes. And then he says, finally, someone who can understand me.
In reality, I will say, sorry, I don't understand. I was just perusing the books and a fan of knowledge. Do you know anything about these?
He points upwards to the ceiling of where the gate, above where the gate is, and there is a etched golden script on the wall that you don't understand.
Can we, as we're like halfway through the library, can we hear what's going on?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
echoey.
Okay, so I'm gonna like look over at Jack and Yui, and I'm just gonna say, hey, do you understand what they're saying? What's going on?
So you hear the Headless Horseman, and he's like, hi, my name
I love it.
is... Do you understand what I'm saying?
And does Yui understand this as well, knowing
Yes.
Sylvan?
Mhm. Yeah, so both of you, understanding Sylvan, know what's being said.
So I try to like stay unseen from the top of the bookshelf, and I say, I understand. All ghostly as well.
Finally, another ghost. I've been so lonely.
Jack will speed up because he wants to know who's talking. He's very curious about this. Also, he made direct eye contact with Litsea. Eye to eye because he's short right now and nobody's commented on it, but then he's like, he'll run through the library.
Wait, after I say, like, did you understand what he said? I'm gonna like see, your ghost costume and like gasp, and then I'm gonna try to like lift it up to see if I can see you under it, which I assume I do.
Yeah?
So I rip up the sheet and I'm like, Jack, you're so cute.
Thanks, you're 12. And I run away.
So you run towards the Headless Horseman, and he sees you in your ghost costume, and he lets out a sigh, and he says, I thought you were going to be a real ghost.
I grow
And
bigger.
I say from the back, like, shall we eat these kids or no? As ghostly as I can.
I love how not seriously we're taking
I know.
this entire thing.
I'm good
and
with
so
it.
far, nothing bad has happened.
Yeah?
We've just been chilling.
I half expected you guys to try and kill the witch.
I do have 10 minutes on detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Does the gold etching give off any magics? Mm-mm. And then as well, does anything below us? Because the gate leads down, right?
Right.
So-
The gate seems to have some type of ward over it that is blocking your vision of anything magical that might be beyond it.
Okay.
But the gate is magical.
Okay.
So
So how does he respond to me asking if we should eat these kids in a ghostly voice?
he's like, I mean, I can't eat people, but you have at it. If that's your thing, like, go for it. I'm just here to be in the library.
I'll be like, okay, and then I'm gonna jump down, trying to scare everybody.
You frighten me, and I grow back to my normal size.
So the ghost, Yui and Jack, points up at the golden etching, and if you'd like to read it.
Absolutely.
Okay. It says, trick or treat, smell my feet. Give me a tasty soul to eat. If you do, you will regret. What word in this library can be read?
A mystery. I'll look at Lakir. Did you read the words?
Don't understand them.
Ah, I recite it. to you.
A word that must be read. Right? That's what it says?
And Yui, as you were climbing on top of the bookshelves, give me a history check.
19.
Okay, with a 19, you recall seeing letters on the sides of each of the bookcases.
Ooh, well then I will see what all the letters are and make them a word, maybe.
So are you going from the ghost to the front or from the front to the ghost?
So now that I've jumped down, I'll run back and I'll start from the back side and come forward.
Okay, the letters on the bookshelves are...
Wait, is R the first letter?
No. The letters on the bookshelves are in this order from the back to the front: D, A, E, R, D.
Dang, that's not what I thought it was going to be. I was going to guess blood. Because it's red and is, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh.
While he's doing this,
So you'll see, sorry, just before he starts, you'll see, after hearing what they say, Yui's just going to start writing letters on his arm. Not for any particular reason that anybody knows, but just like different combinations.
Nice.
Oh, well, actually, I probably don't know the letters yet.
They are Sylvan letters.
I was gonna, yeah, if Yui has made it back to us and we're like kind of grouped up with this ghost just chilling there, I'll look at what you're writing down. Because did you tell us what you were doing?
Nope. I have not. I just started writing different combinations for a little bit.
Okay, I'll go ask Yui, like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on?
Dread.
Dread. What language do you speak it in?
Sylvan.
Yeah, you say dread, and the gates open. Though blood would have been way cooler, Torinn. What word has to be red? Double meaning. Anyway, the gates open as you say dread.
And then I
though.
just skip through very casually as if nothing
Yes.
really happened.
And the horseman applauds and says, "Good show, good show."
I try to high five him as I run
He
by.
gives you a low five on his horse because he's taller than you by quite a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, wow, great job, Yui. Incredible.
Thank you.
I don't know what you did, but clearly you did something right. And then I'm gonna pause to the horseman and say, is this your full-time job?
I'll become translator.
Oh yeah, I totally say that straight to him as if he's going to understand
Yeah,
it.
so you translate it to him. He looks down at you, Jack, with his no head, and
Yes, of course.
yes, and says, "Oh, I don't really have a job. I haunt.
He just haunted.
Yeah, this is the haunt that I pertain."
so Yui already went down. So I would have, as Yui was doing that, I would have started rifling through the books, looking for any text that was read, basically.
Oh, I love that.
And then, as he like speaks it and goes down, Yui, a soul, and I'll start chasing after him.
Soul murders Yui. Cold blood. The gate's already open. You're like, I figured it out.
No, I was more meaning.
His soul is gonna
No, because the riddle said that it required a soul to.
Yeah.
Right, and so like a soul had to be paid, and so that's what I'm like.
Yes. Oh,
I'm very worried that
Do you
Yui is
follow
right to
after
his
him,
death.
or
Yes.
do you just?
I thought you were meaning a soul. Like, I figured it out.
No, that would have been very much Lakir's
To
character.
kill you.
Yui, a soul.
So you enter through this gate, and you see a room with nothing in it but a wooden trapdoor.
I'll run him straight after him. And Yui, it says a soul has to be paid. How do you plan on paying that toll?
I'll go up with them too, and I'll be running up with you as you follow him, and I'm gonna say a soul, huh? And I'm gonna take off my shoe and I'm gonna throw it at the trapdoor.
Nice. It eats it. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, it doesn't eat it.
Oh, dang it! I was.
No, yeah. So
I'm gonna whistle for the headless horseman and see if he responds to that at all.
yeah, the horse trots over to you, and the horseman's like, "Whoa, whoa!" Usually doesn't respond to anybody but me.
Are you the soul we're supposed to offer up?
Oh no, that's just part of the riddle. It doesn't mean what you think it means.
What is he saying?
I doesn't mean what we think it means. Are you saying that because you don't want to give us your soul to them?
Well, a soul doesn't need to be given, but if I mean, there is danger ahead, but if a soul is not needed, he goes up and he opens the
promise, and I'm
he
gonna
pinky promises.
I mean,
And
it's fine, Lakira, and I'm gonna run ahead.
Okay,
He had his fingers crossed.
He opens the trap door for you, showing that there is no finger crossing. His soul does not get absorbed, and the trap door is open, and the next room is awaiting.
Okay.
Yeah, I drop in.
'Kay.
If that's what the trapdoor is.
It's stairs, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I skip the stairs, obviously.
Is the 10 minutes up on my detect magic yet?
No, you still got time.
So we passed the gate that has the ward. Do I see anything then, or is it still blocked?
You sense magic.
Okay.
But it's far away.
Okay.
Are you guys descending the stairs? What are you doing?
I will have kind of announced as I went forward, so everybody who's further back knows that I am trotting along.
I'll follow behind him and say, "It's not too late to back out," and just be nervously behind him.
I'm gonna say, Lakir, we're in this deep to the haunted house. We have to see it through.
You hear faint music down the stairs.
What is it?
You keep listening, and it's getting a little louder, and it's very percussive.
So, I'm gonna try to take off my ring while I go. Do I
Okay.
transform back?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I make myself look again like a music conductor, and I'll stop where I stand waiting for everybody and start conducting music into the hallway.
You going to be using that ring?
Yes?
Fine.
Why do you ask?
Somebody's jealous of their grand wizard
I'm gonna
costume.
try to put it on, like, same time before he takes off his other ring. Like,
Oh no, I'm not taking mine off.
yeah, but I'll try to, like, see if I can put it on you without you taking the other one off to see what happens.
A grand wizard outfit appears underneath your maid outfit, and the sleeves poke out, and you're wearing two costumes now,
He's
like
got
here.
the long beard.
The long beard and the maid
And the
outfit.
sexy
Take it
maid
back. Sorry,
outfit.
no, that was like more of a character moment than it was anything else. Please take your ring back.
Do you want to switch?
Well, I wouldn't mind. If you're offering, of course.
Yeah.
Then I'll quickly hand him the ring.
Yui is stoked to be the maid right now.
Yeah, like I get the maid outfit. I just like mixing it up. My whole thing is I love changing outfits constantly.
True, yeah.
So I put it on, wearing the maid outfit, and then I will just start cleaning around the edges instead of walking forward anymore.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not following behind, and I'm right with him.
As you descend down the stairs, you see a room filled with rusted iron bars holding creatures captive inside. There's 4 prison cells, each on one of the corners of the room. These bars seem very rusted with time. While most of the bars of the cells are about 3 inches apart, you notice one metal bar is a few more inches apart because there is seemingly a stronger person tried to break free of it, though unsuccessfully, as a few inches is not enough to fit an entire person through. The cell doors have thick iron boxes obscuring their locking mechanisms, and you hear some more faint singing coming from one of the cages.
Are the others occupied at all, or is it just the one?
Yes, it seems that all the other 3 cages are occupied.
Okay.
You can look in if you'd like.
I start cleaning one of the cages. I'm dreadfully sorry, sir. I promise I will be cleaning this very soon as I
which
clean up
one
all
are
the
you
iron.
cleaning?
I'm going to go to the farthest left one.
So you walk up, Yui, and there is a man with a beard inside of, like a human man with a beard inside the thing, and he's like, please let me out. I've been in here for so long. Please.
I'll try to open the door.
Roll me an insight before you do that.
Generous of you to tell him to do it.
12.
12? This guy looks really hungry too. So, I mean, you might as well bring some food. Do you have extra rations? That's the nice thing to do.
Yeah, true. I mean, and I've already had my rations out from when I tried to give them to kids. So yeah, for sure. I'll open the gate, give him a ration.
So it's locked.
Oh, it
Would
is
you like
locked.
to try and
okay,
unlock
so
it?
then I'll just put through a ration.
Okay, make me a dexterity saving throw.
9.
So he got a natural 9, but his bonus is going to bump him over that. He grasps your arm, and instead of a man, he turns full
wolf form, and this is a werewolf, and he like starts like clawing at your ration and clawing at your arms and trying to let me out, I want to eat.
So I'll take 2 more rations and I'll drop them on the ground. Big. Oh, whoops.
He's like trying to pull you through the bars as hard as he can.
Do we
he does not
notice
want
this?
the. Yeah, you notice.
I would run over and just number one, I would make sure my ward is right next to him, so any damages that's done may be slightly blocked.
Right.
And does Yui look like he wants help?
Yes.
Okay.
Yui looks very concerned while he tries to maintain his composure.
I'll let go and I'll hold my hand out and cast Firebolt at him.
Yeah, and he'll and go back to the corner of the cage, turn back into a human form, and then take the rations and eat them. But as you guys are looking, as you are entering into this room, the singing becomes loud in this room. And you hear, spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down my spine. And there's multiple, and it's very like you can hear like little ding, 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 ding.
Played on a rib cage, obviously.
Yes, playing a ribbit cage.
That's from a cell?
From the southwest cell that is being played. The southeast cell has its door opened. The northeast cell has the werewolf that you guys just encountered in it. And as you look northwest cell, you guys see lots of these groups of children that you saw upstairs. And these kids, unlike the kids upstairs, are very plump. And they are ready to burst with their skin and like ready to just come right off of them. And they're stuffing their faces with this food that's on the floor that's been providing to them. And they keep saying over and over again, all of them, not in unison, but almost saying like, I can't wait to be real boys and girls. And they're eating over and over and over again.
Okay.
It is at this point Jack's concern has overwhelmed his curiosity and just kind of like rolling with it for now. He's been like, all right, let's see what's going on.
Right.
He's very concerned about all of these children now. And he's going to run actually back up the stairs if the trapdoor is still open.
Yeah.
And, Mr. Headless Horseman,
Yeah?
why are all these kids here?
Oh, they're souls of the damned. They are the souls that don't have bodies that are hoping to gain bodies. Children, you as an adult must know that some adults provide their children as sacrifices for power or whatnot, and sometimes those souls, when they have nothing to go to, get trapped in a place called the Shadowfell realm, and their souls lay in torment. And this Mama Sherry has gathered many of the soulless husk bodies here and is trying to save them, but everything comes at a cost.
I'm deeply concerned.
As am I. As he's like flipping through some pages and he's like, I can't read this because he doesn't have a head.
So does that mean they're all just souls? They're not real? Well, they're not like physical children? They've died?
As long as they have not died because they have not been born. Their souls were trapped at birth, given to the Shadow Realm. Their souls await bodies, and Mama Sherry has been trying to get them bodies, but the people of the Shadowfell realm are not as pleased as Sherry is.
Any ideas on ways we can help them? Tell me the answers.
I know. If I knew how to get a body, do you think I would look like this?
Well, as someone with a body who looks like a ghost, yes.
Oh, well, it's not Halloween for me today.
I get it. Every day's Halloween for you, huh?
Yeah, ghosty.
Where's your head, by the way?
What?
Where's your head?
My head?
Yeah.
Oh, I lost it in battle, defending my honor.
Huh.
Yeah, kind of lackluster now. I mean,
Yeah.
what is my honor if I can't read a book?
Yeah, honor's overrated, and then I'll walk back down the trapdoor.
Okay.
Is that door actually open, or is that just...
Yes.
is open.
So there's the top southeast cell. Its door is wide open.
Is there anyone in it?
No. So as you look in, you see 3
satin, velvety filled coffins.
Oh no.
Is there a door right there separating these two rooms?
Yes, a heavy wooden door is blocking the way into the next room.
Okay. Litsea, can I put these in your bag and I'll carry over the books and the symbol?
Of course. I'll take them and put them in my bag.
I'll look at her bag and I think we've got a traveling library in there.
It's fantastic, if you ask me. Sometime we really should dump it all out, though, and see what we've gathered. I don't even know if I remember everything that's in there.
I did sort it a bit ago, but that was before we ever left Great Grumbopolis, so I'm with you.
It's about time.
I'm gonna go look at these skeleton guys. Is there anything interesting about them?
Yes, so there's 4 skeletons in this cell. They are playing each other's rib cages and singing along with spooky, scary skeletons. They seem to be a very skilled quartet of singers. They look over at you and they say, a fan of the Bone Street Boys. And then they keep playing.
Okay, awesome. I will clap my hands and say, bravo, well done, yes.
One of them wipes a tear from their eye, and then they're like, from our last gig, and he tosses you a gold coin.
Oh, awesome.
So you get a gold coin.
Cool. Heck yeah.
Reverse tipping. Where the musicians tip you for applauding them.
I'm gonna come back down the stairs.
Okay.
I guess no one's been able to see my face this entire time to read my expression and all, but I'll come down. Torinn! That's your name, right? Torinn?
Yeah.
You've been charged with saving, your race, right?
But yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So same thing, but children. We gotta save the children that are here.
Right.
All of us. We gotta save the children. We have no choice.
I can unlock the door if you'd like me to.
So, let me expand. These children were never born. They were sacrificed. So I don't know how we saved them, but I don't think that they can just leave.
Interesting. What?
The children are in... Oh, wait, no, we don't see the room ahead of us.
There's children in one of the cells. It is jam-packed full with these very plump children who are all chanting I can't wait to be a real boy and a real girl.
I'll go ask them, well, how do you get to be a real boy or girl?
Oh, you go into the next room. It's the special room.
Oh, no.
Nice.
We were selected. Did you see all the children upstairs trying to get Mama Sherry's help? Those are all hoping that they will be selected. And once every full moon, a child is selected. And now we wait our turn.
I'll ask them, what kind of body do you get? Do you get, human body?
I don't know. It's a secret.
Oh, okay.
Mama Sherry hasn't told us very much. But all we know is we're supposed to wait here and wait to be selected.
Congratulations.
This place gets more unsettling by the second.
What was in the open door?
Coffins. 3 coffins.
I'm gonna close the door. Just
Casually.
But what if we don't come out once we go in?
Alright, there.
I can unlock the door.
You couldn't have done that upstairs.
I told you I had a way out. I asked if you guys wanted to turn back and you said no. Do you still want to leave? We can.
No, we can't.
If-
We have to save the children.
This is a haunted house with a mission. I've never been in a haunted house like this before. It's kind of fun.
Quite.
I'll walk up to Lakir. Let's you and me go see what's in this special room.
All right. And yeah, I'll if the door is still unlocked after he closes it, I'll go in. I'll stand probably at the very back with Blink, and I'll say probably safer from a distance, and I'll summon Mage Hand to basically go over and just creak open one of the coffins to see what's inside.
Okay.
Okay. They're empty.
Oh,
There's satin and velvety interior. There's a little pillow that is sewed to the top of it. Looks very comfy.
I'll repeat the process for the other two, just to be sure.
Very similar, though. The other 2 coffins that you open are way less maintained. There's crushed soda cans in them, and there's stains of liquid on and like chip crumbs and stuff. It seems very less maintained. The first one you opened was like in pristine condition. It had like a hung up little hand vacuum to clean it every night.
Well, it's empty. And then I'll exit, assuming with Blink as well. Or Torinn, I apologize. Do we go into the special room?
I want to see the special room.
Do you want to open it with Mage Hand?
I mean, the Mage Hand is a little limited. It's £5, and this door may be a bit heavier.
Is there a keyhole on the door?
There is.
Can I look through the keyhole?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check with disadvantage. Unfortunately, a keyhole is not a very great viewing point.
Right. Oh, still not too bad. 13.
13? Okay, you see a table in the very center of the room. It's like a big stone slab, and you see an orange ball being tossed across the table.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll turn and look and say, well, there's someone in there, but I can't see them. They're just like throwing a ball back and forth.
I like throwing balls. And I'll go open the door.
So you creak open this door. It's pretty heavy, but you are able to maintain it. And you open this door, and you see that stone slab that Torinn was talking about is an altar, and it's made of this like dark gray stone, and it's covered in fresh blood splatters, and it's in the very center of the room, and it has some plastic cups on either end. And there's a vampire spectral being that's holding an orange plastic ball in his ectoplasmic grip, and he tosses it to the other end, and it lands in one of the cups and splashes blood out of this filled cup, and the vampire specter at the other end throws up his hands furiously and chugs so quickly this cup of blood, and a third specter is watching timidly in the corner of the room, and he catches a glimpse of you, Yui, as you enter.
Oh, wait.
And says, Trip? Rip? I think we have company.
Do you mind taking turns?
Do I see any of this happening?
Yui's the one who opened the door. It was going first.
So Yui opened the door. Yui is seen. Do I see what happened? Because I was kind of following in behind. Do I get a view of kind of what happened?
You do, yes.
I'm
and you
going
see
to-
this red spectral vampire looking thing with blood like soaking around in its like floating body.
I'm going to like put my hand up to stop anybody else behind me, and then like step in front of Yui in all my 2 feet of glory as a vampire.
Roll me a deception check.
Okay. I'm going to use a point of inspiration. I got a 9.
Oh, gotcha.
14.
DC 15.
No!
So these specter vampires look at you and they're like, nice costume, bruh. And then one of them crushes the paper cup that he just drank the blood out of, and is like, so which one of you are gonna feed us next?
I'm going to like totally deflate my plan, and then all of a sudden I start noticing how I'm like wearing a Walmart costume compared to their like legitimate vampirousness.
Well, they're ghosts, but yeah.
Oh, I thought you said they're vampires.
They're spectral vampires, yes.
Spectral. Serious. Still though, they look a little more legit than I do.
No, they're blood, yeah. So yeah, they're not very vampiric, they're like blood demons.
That would have been good to know.
I tried to say, there was a description. Yeah, so they're just blood. They're just like blood and skeleton looking ghosty things, and they're having a party where they're drinking blood together.
I'm gonna deflate and then be like, all right, you guys can come in if you want.
So the last thing they said was, who will be drinking blood?
Who's gonna feed us next?
Okay, I'm gonna step forward and say, well, I don't think you'd like mine. It's a bit bitter. And then I'm going to cast Firebolt at one of them.
Okay, roll to hit.
A natural 9, but I have a 17.
17 hits.
And by the way, I'll attack. Is there a big looking one?
Yes. So the two that are back to back, that are playing Blood Pong, are much bigger than the timid looking one in the back. But the one on the very right is definitely the biggest, and he has the most like Chad energy.
Okay. I'll fire at him.
Okay.
10 points of fire damage.
All right. So you deal 10 points of fire damage, and the ghost across the table says, "Rip, are you okay, bud?" And Rip's like, "I'm fine. Obviously." And anyways, that's the end of your turn. Roll for initiative.
I was about to. Do they just take it like a champ and they're just like, we don't care?
Combat doesn't start.
Yeah. Rude.
7.
19.
13.
All right. And with that, Lakir, your turn is over. And so we're going to go over to Jack's turn.
Oh boy. Okay. So I'm at the back of this group because everyone just moved in.
We're children.
Yes. I am. Happy to follow. I'm just along for the ride. I'm gonna run over to pop in, slip past Torinn, and I'm gonna come up behind Litsea and Yui.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out my hands and put my hands, one on each of their heads, and I'm gonna cast invisibility at 4th level, and all 3 of us turn invisible.
Nice. Okay. Is that an action?
Yep.
Do you have a bonus action?
Not that I'm gonna use.
Okay.
When
And
the ghost turns invisible.
Torinn, it is your turn.
Ah, yes, fantastic. Across this line right here, I'm going to cast Wall of Fire
Okay.
with the hot side towards them.
All right.
I hope so.
Roll damage.
Okay, so that was 16.
So they both take 16 points of damage. They're looking hurt.
Okay, and then
Where's the wall of fire?
Right in the middle. Yep, and it reaches across the entire room. So,
yep, and our side doesn't hurt us, but their side does.
yep. All right. And with that, is that the end of your turn, Torinn?
Let's see. I'm just gonna stay where I am. Yep.
All right. And Yui, it is your turn. There's a wall of fire in front of you. You are completely invisible. What would you like to do?
Can I see through the fire enough to get a good hit?
Yeah, it'll allow it.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna do a quick little run over to this side and double knife this guy.
Okay. Roll it.
Well, we'll go with the 16 over those two.
16 hits, or whatever it is above that.
Yeah, 16 and then add 5, so 21. And then I do my sneak attack damage with this one, so that's 8.
Okay.
Nice. Just roll max.
And then I'm also going to do a superiority dice, if I can do that with sneak attack. Doing a distracting strike, which does another superiority dice. So that's plus 5 to that. So it's 19 damage. All right, and then I do bonus attack,
Okay.
which is 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sweet. 5 plus 5, that's 10.
All right. Go ahead and tell me how you kill this thing.
Alrighty, well, sneaky, I summon both knives, and I'm trying to be a maid, so I'll sweep something a little bit with them and then toss them both.
Beautiful.
That's great. Yeah. So you kill Rip, and Trip and Travis look over at Rip and they're like, "Buddy." And then Travis is looking really sad, and all of the blood that was in Trip gets soaked into Travis.
Okay.
Kill the small ones first.
Well, he's not small anymore.
Travis is the small
Travis
one,
is the small one.
Is he larger than the other guy?
He is now big. He is a giant creature now.
Yep, so kill the smaller one first. Not the small one that was small before, but the one that is small now.
But it'll make the big one stronger.
Oh. I guess it's all bad.
Yeah.
And Litsea, it is your turn.
So, how much do I know about spectral beings and what kind of damage is effective against them?
Roll me investigation.
18.
18? All right. You generally know that bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage isn't as effective, as well as acid, cold, lightning, necrotic, and thunder damage is not super great against these guys. They are immune to poison.
All right. Good information to know.
Yes, all good information.
In that case, as I remember this useful information, so when I cross past the fire barrier,
You will catch on fire.
I will catch on fire. So wait, how did Yui do that?
He attacked from the other side.
Oh, because he had darts, so he can kind of do that long distance.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so knives, sorry, not darts. That's Lakir.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast Scorching Ray towards the largest creature.
Okay. Which is Travis. He
Travis.
looks very timidly in the back. He's not enjoying his time there.
Oh, okay, sorry. I do not want to attack the timid one. I would like to attack the other one.
Trip. Yes.
Because I'm concerned that the timid one might be friendly.
Okay.
27 to hit,
Oh, wow.
That'll hit.
15 to hit,
That'll hit.
and 10 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay, so 2 of my rays will hit.
And as you cast the spell, your invisibility ends.
12 damage.
12 points of damage. Wow. Okay. So you hit Trip, and he's like, "Why are you doing this? You killed my brother.
Are you giving us another option? You
I
appeared...
didn't even attack you.
You made a threat against
I
us.
asked a question if you guys were gonna feed us.
I'm
I
just
didn't
asking
say-
questions.
I didn't say I was gonna eat you. You killed my brother over a misunderstanding.
You're drinking blood. We're made of blood. How could we misunderstand you?
This isn't your blood.
What kind?
Were
Wait.
you asking if I would walk up and pour this blood into your mouth?
Wait, hold on. What? Where are you getting this blood?
I'm getting it from the children.
Kill him.
Yep.
I figured.
Every so often we get a werewolf, but werewolves taste like broccoli.
Disgusting. Okay, kill him.
Like week old broccoli. Ugh. Werewolves
I
are
am
gross.
becoming more and more enraged. Actually, does entering a rage count as a bonus
It's a
action?
bonus action.
Well, I enter into a rage.
Yeah, so you enter into a rage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. It is now the vampire's turn. When do they get affected by Wall of Fire?
They get
At the beginning?
affected. Let's see. Ends its turn.
Okay. In that
if they're
case,
still in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they'll give a little backup. So, but the vampire will leave the wall's space, but you can roll damage on it because it started its turn in the wall.
Okay. 14.
14.
Planning on releasing all the children, basically using them as cannon fodder as we, because like they want to go in the special room. Might as well.
That actually wouldn't have been a bad idea.
Trip gets burned by
Yeah,
your
I figured
firewall
you
and
wouldn't
is
agree.
barely holding on to life. But he looks over at Travis and he's like, "I don't know what to do, bro. How are we gonna get our bodies back if these guys kill us?"
Well, it's kind of the point that you don't.
They run into the next room and they close the door behind them and they are gone.
Okay.
Since I am enraged, as of just recently, but is the wall of fire still up?
I'll cancel my wildfire.
Oh, sweet.
So are we staying in initiative or are we exiting initiative
You
now?
can stay in initiative if you like, but it just depends on what you're doing.
I'm sorry. They said they get to become human in the special room. Mm-hmm. Is it possible those blood demons are kids? Not saying they weren't still gonna eat us, but
I would say no. And call me a pessimist, but I think Miss Sherry might be trying to feed these things as personal weapons.
We're losing them, and I'm gonna sprint to wherever the little portal is that I'm gonna try to jump through.
So, before you jump into the portal, let me describe what the portal is.
Fair enough.
So the room connected to the back of this altar room contains a blue swirling portal that the vampires jump through, and it crackles with this arcane power, like lightning strikes, and it turns into this humming reverberation as you enter. But based on your knowledge, Litsea, of planar dimensions and what the vampires and hag children kind of hinted at, this seems like a portal to the Shadowfell realm. And the portal seems to be a one-way ticket. You can't go back into the Feywild once you've entered into this portal. You can enter it if you'd like, but as you enter, shrieks can be heard escaping from the entrance of the portal.
I'm going to sprint towards the portal and then almost go into it, tippy toe next to it. And that's not the word I'm looking for. You know what I'm talking about?
Where you stop and you kind of,
Yeah, like you
almost
wave your
falling
arms.
into it. You're
Uh-huh.
waving my arms. Yeah, and then realize that's probably not a good idea to jump into. And instead, I'm just going to collapse on the floor and lay on my back in defeat.
I will be following behind her as well. And question, I don't know, because my memory was changed, I don't know that Lakir's that Phoenix's
Roll
body.
me a history check with advantage because it's foggy.
Well, 16.
16. For whatever reason, Phoenix's name and this portal seem heavily connected.
I need to go. And he'll just say, kind of looking at the portal, Phoenix needs me in there. And I'll start walking towards it unless anyone stops me.
I'm totally gonna grab Lakir, feeling like I might understand, like, the urge, since I just about jumped in the portal,
Question.
but clearly not understanding.
If I cast shield, she can't touch me, right? Well, because I assume that it would be like a grapple attack. So it would add like +5.
An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you. Until the start of your next turn, you add a +5 bonus, including against triggering attacks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you don't want Litsea to be able to get towards you, I would allow that.
I'm just saying, in character, this is something that Lakir is very invested in, and I don't know if he would. I feel like it would almost be a knee-jerk reaction of just like, I'll let her grab me for a second, but I'll look at her pretty intensely. And why are you stopping me?
You can't leave. We're heading somewhere. We have places to go. This was just a pit stop.
Time doesn't matter here anyway. We'll go back to the same place we were, not in the regular plane.
But time is passing by here in the Feywild.
Can I ask you to make me a persuasion check? Is that a thing that I can do?
Yeah, Litsea, if you want to try and persuade Lakir, roll persuasion.
I don't know, like...
DC 1.
Lakir is listening to you, but he's very...
Would you call this a trivial, easy, moderate, or hard?
I would say it's moderate. It's nothing, like, she makes a very logical point, but
Yeah.
Lakir is just emotional right now.
Okay, roll me a DC 15 persuasion check.
13.
Oh no.
Oh, what are we even in the Fae for? Is your aunt doing anything in specific we need to stop?
I don't think we know.
He'll consider for a while. Fine. If you won't come with, I won't go alone, but we need to come back. And he'll just be staring at it like throughout this entire conversation.
Real quick, Lakir, as you are looking at this portal, roll me an investigation.
Okay. 16.
You look around the portal, evil relics, evil symbols that you saw in Great Grumbopolis are drawn and etched into the wall all the way around this portal. And underneath the portal, Amalek is written.
This is my father's doing. We can't just sit and let this go by. This is a lead. This could save the people in Great Grumbopolis.
I'm going to turn back towards the party, who I assume is witnessing this
Yeah.
conversation, and just look for any guidance, especially towards Torinn.
Yeah.
I remember you said that your dad wasn't on your team, so if it's your father's doing, how do you know that the portal doesn't benefit him? Like that if we go through it, we might be going right into his trap, or maybe we could destroy it.
But we won't learn anything that way.
True, but it's probably a guaranteed win.
As you're having this discussion, you'll feel a hand on your shoulder, Lakir. I'm still invisible. But you'll feel a hand on your shoulder. Like, as if I'm standing in front of you, and then you'll hear my voice. Lakir, I understand. This is hard. I've also jumped through portals to places on an impulse because my dad had something to do with it. Almost the same scenario, except I assumed I knew kind of where I was going when I did this. We don't know what's on the other side. Those two creatures just ran through there to escape us. Who knows what's on the other side? We can come back.
Can we?
We will certainly try, Lakir, I promise. But the path we were on before this distraction is the path we should stay on for now.
Right. All right, and he'll be extremely frustrated and just kind of walk away from the situation, but accept your guidance.
The whole time I was like preparing to cast suggestion and be like, do not go into
person
the portal.
or something.
Yeah. So I had a plan. I was just
off.
waiting to see what was going to happen.
I will try my best to basically mark this, because I have been attempting to map the Fae
Right.
as we've been going around. So I'll do my best to mark this witch hut's location.
Yeah.
I'll just probably be sitting on the stairs sketching that out.
Okay. And what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm just gonna start to back away from the portal and hopefully kind of walk with Lakir just in the general direction away from the portal.
Right.
My still disembodied voice. We still have to figure out how to save the kids. Here. We can't just leave. I don't know if talking to the hag upstairs.
I'll go and just lazily cast knock on the door to unlock it.
Which door?
The one with the
Oh,
children.
yeah. As you cast knock on it, you notice that it was open the whole time.
Oh, great.
And the kids, you don't have to cast knock if you don't want to.
No, it's fine.
The kids they push it open. They're like, you went into the special room and now you have bodies. And they're excited for you.
That special room isn't what you're expecting. I think you're safer if you come with us.
Okay.
We've lugged around children before in the group. I think we can do it again.
Wait, how young are these children?
You guys are barely older than us. I'm 7.
Oh, we're eons older than you.
How old are you?
Nearly twice your age.
Oh, you guys are like dead. Oh.
That's
Just
right.
like
Respect your elders.
One kicks you in the shin.
Next challenge, how do we get these past Mother Sherry?
Maybe we just ask nicely.
How many children are there?
20.
Oh,
There was like a lot. It was full from
Yeah.
what you were saying.
I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, I'm going to talk to these kids. You kids, come with us. We're going to go talk to Mama Sherry. Is that her name?
Mama Sherry.
We're going to go talk to Mama Sherry right now, and we're going to get you bodies.
And they go, yay, Mama Sherry, that's my mom. That's my mom. Yay, bodies. And with that, I think that's a pretty good time to end. Happy Halloween, everyone. Oh, man, this was such a fun little thing to put together. This is kind of a long one. I wanted it to be like a little special of just like Halloween-ness. And so we kind of did a double session today. But with that, my name is Cade, and I'm the host and dungeon master of this Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure, and I'm joined here by the players to my left.
Mason playing Lakir.
Brooklyn playing Litsea.
Jameson is Jack.
Danny playing Yui.
Caden playing Torinn.
If you like our podcast, go ahead and drop us a review. It really helps us out, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Everyone do your best evil laugh. 3, 2, 1, go.